Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 Morning News.
It is 8:14 and the countdown is on to the Tokyo Olympics. Just under 7 days away now. But in a pandemic, things are going to look a lot different. There will be no fans in the stands. And joining us live to weigh in on the impact this could have, sports agent Doug Eldridge, founder of DLE Agency and Achilles PR. Doug, great to see you live in studio. Welcome back.
1 year, 5 months, and 2 weeks since I was in here with you guys. But who's counting?
Here you are in studio, but you will not be going to Tokyo. You've got several athletes competing. What does that mean for them? I mean, they look to you in certain situations to see how to handle themselves. You know, what kind of an impact is this?
Well, it's a great question, and like so many other things, this Olympics is unlike any other, right? This is our 5th games. This is going to be obviously the first that we're not in attendance. We've won medals at the last 3, but to your point, you'd be surprised not only how many fires are put out on the ground by the agent, but how much business is done real time for these athletes before they touch ground back in the United States. So it's going to be very different. Not only is the management not going to be there, but not even their families are going to be in attendance. It's going to be different. That's
huge. So do you think that that will impact their mental state, their confidence, just that atmosphere changing?
I would say no, but let me tell you why. Number one, if you're an Olympic athlete, if you have the mental fortitude to be able to make the games, let alone make it 1 year postponed, then not having mom or dad or your agent in the stands or around the corner, that's the least of your worries. You're on the razor's edge and you're there to do a job.
So here's another question. Will there be an asterisk next to this year's Olympics? Because there are some people who are afraid to go and compete in Tokyo or who aren't able to because of health reasons. So does that mean the best of the best are there? Will there always be a, well, I don't know if they were the best?
There will definitely be an asterisk, but it won't be for the athletes. Again, this is a games unlike any other. The part that's going to be the same is roughly 11,000 athletes, 206 countries, 30-plus events, 17 days. What's going to be different? It's a year postponed. There's going to be no fans in the stands. There's very strange protocols taking place in terms of health and safety, all of which is a grand departure from what we're accustomed to. If there's any asterisk, it'll be for the abnormalities surrounding the games, not for the athletes that have done their level best to stay focused.
Moving forward to the games, to the athletes, are there performances that you think are going to be standout that we really need to watch?
Of course, and there always are. And one of the things that has always set the Olympics apart is it's not just the performance, but it's the personalities. It's the journey that led them there. I always joke, if Brady doesn't win a Super Bowl this year, there's always next year. With the Olympics, that's not the case. They literally train their entire life just to have the opportunity to compete. And then regardless of how they do, they have to wait 4 years for that opportunity to arise and arrive again. And so it really is the human performance story. In terms of athletes, obviously Katie Ledecky, who's from the DMV region here, she's going to be the standard bearer. Simone Biles. And Sydney McLaughlin on the track. She just broke the 400-meter world record. I ran 400-meter hurdles in college. I will not tell you how much faster she ran than I did, but she's really going to be a name and a face to watch. And of course, one of our athletes, Katrina Young, Olympic diver. Heck of an athlete, even better person. No shortage of stories.
Awesome. Well, at the same time, a little closer to home, the BMW Championship at Caves Valley Golf Club in Owings Mills. Expected to tee up in August. This could have a big economic impact. What do you think we're going to see on the greens?
Well, I think this couldn't come at a better time for the Baltimore area. It's been 59 years since Baltimore has hosted a PGA event. This club was opened 30 years ago this year. It's going to be their first PGA Tour event. Has a $9.5 million purse, I believe. It's the second of 3 stops. You're going to have 70 players enter, almost like Thunderdome. 2 men enter, one man leave, the old Mad Max. 70 will come in. It'll determine the final 30 that play in the Tour Championship, which is the 3rd and final stop. But more than anything, it's going to be another attraction, another pin in the map for the Baltimore area, especially as they push toward even larger scale events like the World Cup.
Doug, thanks for coming in. It's great seeing you live and in person. When you come back, we'll talk about the World Cup bid because there's a lot to go there. But we appreciate your time.
Great to see you guys. Thanks for having me.